Taking a nice walk on the trail behind my house. It's very peaceful here. So one of the things I want to talk about on this walk is how I feel about the GIE+Expo experience and the GIE rally, aka the meetup on Thursday nights after the expo. The first night, 4 years ago, when I first started my lawn care business, I was going on Google and trying to search different things that I wasn't very familiar with, and just some business stuff in general. Going from a homeowner who was really meticulous with my own lawn and, you know, being the envy of the neighborhood and so on, to how to transfer that into a professional service that I'm getting paid the appropriate amount of money for, knowing the different types of equipment, how to take care of it, how to market, all these kind of things, which I had general ideas for, but I just wanted to get some extra tips and help. So of course I went to Google like most people and started searching things, you know, how to trim shrubs, how to charge for mulch, these different things that as a homeowner you might not be 100% familiar with. So I quickly discovered a gentleman by the name of Greg Chisholm, whose channel was Geek to Freak at the time. I immediately took an interest to his videos, to his personality, and to his channel. I had never subscribed to anyone before that. I'm not even sure why I had a YouTube account at that point. Maybe just for me to be able to like save videos, some of my favorite videos or whatever, but I never really commented on anything or liked anything. I never even really went on YouTube. It was just Google directs you to a YouTube video, and that's how you get on YouTube, and then you can go and search from there. You see all the recommended videos. It's like, you know, a whole nother rabbit hole of searches. So I started watching Greg's videos and subscribed to his channel. I quickly discovered that there was a community being formed through the comments section, because just like me, a lot of us were commenting on his videos, and just then we would comment to each other, and then other people started putting videos out there, and then it just became a lot more attainable to just put our own videos out there, put content out there, you know, within our small community. You know, a few hundred people, whatever it was at the time, watching our videos, talking back and forth to each other, recommending things, giving each other tips and tricks, showing each other things, all the while Geek to Freak being the backdrop of all of this. And it wasn't long after that I created my own channel, started putting out my own content from a newcomer's point of view, a rookie's point of view. Because I didn't know a lot, but I knew what I was learning mainly through my mistakes and just things I learned over time. And my goal was to connect with everyone in this community. I felt like I was a part of something bigger than myself, this community that was growing. I want to give a lot of credit to Greg, because I called him the godfather of the lawn and landscape community. You know, on social media, on YouTube anyway, if not social media in general. At the time, Greg was just mainly on YouTube. But I mean, over the next couple of years, things really blew up, and we went from hundreds of subscribers and views to thousands of subscribers and views. Obviously, Geek to Freak being the top one, going, you know, 10, 20, 30,000 subscribers and counting. And that was huge for us, because we just, one, didn't realize there was that many people out there in this industry that watched stuff like that. And two, it was it was just exciting that there was all this attention and that we were connecting with so many more people. And then Greg spoke about the GIE+Expo on one of his videos and wanting a bunch of us to get together, or whoever, you know, wants to go. You know, definitely, you know, obviously encouraging people to go to this expo because it's a cool looking thing with all this cool equipment to look at, whether you're intending to buy something new or not. You just want to look and see, play around, demo stuff out, just things you wouldn't normally be able to do outside of your local dealer that just has the few brands that they have. So, and on top of that, he mentioned that we would be getting together, whoever came, if we wanted to get together somewhere local by the expo to have something to eat and hang out, some drinks or whatever. So that became the after party at Pleasure Ridge Pizza, which is literally right down the road from the expo. It's on the same road as the expo. The first year I didn't go. I had to wait for all the videos. For the few people that did go, there wasn't even that many people in our community on social media to begin with, but I had to wait probably about a week or so for them to come out with their videos. Understandably so. Get back, you gotta work, get caught up if that's the case. And when you have time late at night or early in the morning, try to edit these videos and make some sense of it and put it out there, upload it and put it out there for us. So the following year, so based on those videos, it looked like, you know, maybe 20 or 30, maybe 40 or so people showed up to that. It was a very small group. And the following year, I made sure that I was able to go, you know, saving money, planning everything out, reserving hotels, registering, all this stuff in as far in advance as I needed to, which still even wasn't as advanced as it could have been. But I was able to make it down there. But before I went down there, I stumbled upon Periscope as a new social media platform, and I thought what a great idea that would be to get as many of us in this community that has grown, with Geek to Freak being the godfather of encouraging all of us to don't be scared, you know, follow your dreams, don't let other people tell you you can't, do what you want to do. If you love lawn care, do it, make it your life or your side hustle, whatever you want to do, but do what you want to do, and don't be afraid. And, you know, don't be afraid to put it out there on YouTube for other people that might be afraid or that might be, you know, unsure, and, you know, that they'll find your story and they might connect and that might help them. And, you know, he really helped grow the community in that way, as well as the rest of us that started getting on board and doing our own thing and sharing our own stories and our own personalities. So I thought, how cool would it be for as many of us, if not all of us, to get together on this Periscope app and get as many of our followers, because we didn't all have the same followers. Not everyone followed us, because some people were more experienced or less, and they got more or less out of different channels. And that's understandable, but that's what makes us stronger together as a community, instead of just one person. Instead of just Geek to Freak, it was all of us, you know? So I felt like if we could get as many people, if everyone out there could get as many of their followers on Periscope, then we could stream live from the expo for all the people that couldn't go to the expo, whether they're in a different part of the world. So logistically, it's very expensive and difficult to get over here to get to the expo, or just for other reasons they just couldn't go. They're too young. They couldn't save up enough money. They're going to go the following year. Whatever it is. Instead of them waiting for us to put together and edit some awesome content for them to watch, I figured while we were there, we could stream live through Periscope, and they could interact with us, they could ask us questions, we could answer them right there on the spot, we can showcase different brands in different areas and different people that we're meeting, different influencers, Geek to Freak, and so on. And that was something new and exciting that we all got involved in. I think that was really successful. So when I went down there, I did that a bunch. I know Blake did that a bunch of the other guys did that, and we had a good time with it. And I think everyone from the outside watching us really appreciated that. And then came the after party at Pleasure Ridge Pizza, and there was probably double the people as the last time. I'd say there might have been close to 60, 70 people. And it was pretty packed. There was a lot of people there. Then, unfortunately, and fortunately, you know, for Greg, he decided to go a different direction with his life and move out of lawn care and focus more on YouTube and being a creator on YouTube and the different channels that he has now doing that. And while that's awesome, it's just like losing your favorite employee, or when your boss, really, actually. It's like if you ever had a 9-to-5 job and, you know, you had a favorite boss that just like took you under your wing and just helped you along the way and had your back and just made you feel valued and appreciated at your job, and they just left for one reason or another. They got a different position somewhere, they got promoted, they got transferred, or they left the company altogether. Whatever it is, you're happy for them, but at the same time you're like kind of devastated a little bit because you're in shock. You're just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, what am I going to do now? There's no one that's going to be able to replace him that's going to be the same, and you kind of go through that initial shell shock. The same thing went for me anyway for Greg. I felt similar. I had a similar reaction as that when Greg said that he was stepping out of the game and moving into a different kind of game, which is still related to YouTube but not lawn care. So quickly I realized things could, you know, I remembered how impactful it was the previous year, which was 2 years ago, when I was at the expo for the first time and then at the after party at Pleasure Ridge, and I met Geek to Freak and everybody else that was there. People were coming up to me and saying that they watch my stuff and they appreciate, you know, what I'm putting out there, and that was humbling and shocking to me. At the same time, I'm still like looking up to Greg and all these other guys that have way more subscribers than me and have some great history and longevity in this business, as well as with life. And you know, so it was just an overwhelming and enlightening experience for me altogether, and I saw how impactful it was for everybody else that was there, and I didn't want that to die. I didn't want that to disappear just because Greg had moved on to different things. So I took the initiative to make sure that that after party kept going. So I created a Facebook group, Road to the GIE, so that we can all get together, streamline communication, get hyped up, talk about whatever's going on with the expo, talk about the after party, try and get more people involved that maybe didn't even know about all of this or has wanted to go all these years but hasn't gone, so that they know it's still going on. And that took off. And within that, I made sure that, you know, I contacted Pleasure Ridge and that everything, that they were prepared and everything was good. You know, talked to, you know, all the other influencers that are still putting out regular content. Try to get them, you know, see if they were going, tell them what, you know, that we should still push the Pleasure Ridge after party, Pleasure Ridge Pizza after party and everything. And I just really dedicated a portion of my time to getting that, to making sure that experience happened. And we all talked about it, we promoted it. And as a bonus, Skag contacted us and wanted to know if they could be a part of this after party, because they saw the group and they saw the interaction and they saw the impact of us being at the expo, all of us being there. The first year, which wasn't nearly as much as last year, and all of the new faces that they were seeing and the younger faces that they were seeing. And it was just potential for them, for the future of the business, as well as exciting for them to see other people getting excited about their business, their industry. So they wanted to be a part of it, they wanted to show up, they wanted to give some hats and t-shirts or whatever they had, and I said, yeah, I think that's awesome. And I shared that with some other influencers. Like I talked to Stan Genetic, and he suggested that maybe we should contact some other manufacturers and see if they want to be a part of it. And he had some contacts with Echo and Ventrac. I talked to Toro, and we tried to hype this up a little bit more and get some more people in addition to Skag, because, you know, it would be awesome to have a couple of other bigger brands there too. because, you know, everyone has their preferences, as you know. Not everyone has Skag, not everyone has Toro, and so on. Not everyone uses Echo or Stihl or whatever. So we try to come together as a community and as influencers to speak to our contacts that we had to get them involved. And last year we had Echo there, a representative from Toro there giving out some hats. Well, they gave me hats to give out. Skag was there, and they were giving out hats and t-shirts and talking to people. And there were some other small local companies that kind of carried over from the expo that I guess had some connects from some other influencers. I know a backpack sprayer company was there, and they gave away a backpack sprayer, which was cool and exciting. So there's a lot of fun things going on, but there were so many people last year. So we went from like 60 or 70 people, maybe max, 2 years ago. Last year there was easily 150, if not more, that were there. So it was just completely mind-blowing. It was standing room only, nowhere to sit, nowhere to even stand or walk. People were waiting in lines to shake Stan's hand, Keith's hand, Blake's hand. Top notch. The list goes on and on. Everyone that was there, they had a line of people waiting just to shake their hand and say thank you for putting out your content, or I love your content, you know, I enjoy watching your content, and so on. And there was a lot of kids there, and that's what's really inspiring about this, because they're looking at us and they're seeing their future, the potential of their future. And I think that's really something to be proud of, something that Greg can be proud of, something that we can all be proud of together. And I just want to keep that growing and take that to the next level. So I knew that we were outgrowing Pleasure Ridge Pizza. We outgrew it last year. People were standing in the parking lot because there was no more room. Pleasure Ridge is awesome. They got great pizza and all that, but they just don't have enough room for us. We've outgrown them. Our community is growing. More and more people are coming to the expo and the after party to hang out. So now this year, I was able to, last year, after last year's expo, start partnering with certain manufacturers and see what we can do together. See if I can get some sponsorships going, get some funding so that we can get a bigger venue, catered, get some free stuff to give out, and just have a good time and have more people be able to come so that we can all connect and enjoy. So I really just wanted to take last year and just make it bigger. I didn't want to change anything. I just wanted to make it bigger. If I said to a lot of people, if I could have taken Pleasure Ridge and doubled its size, then that would be great. So I had to search for the right venue, and it wasn't easy, especially when you're searching from states away on the internet and over the phone and all that. It's not as easy. But I was able to find something that I think we will really enjoy. And again, it doesn't mean that it's going to have to be here every year if we think that it wasn't really the right fit for us. But all in all, we just need somewhere big enough for us all to hang out, be able to have some drinks, have something to eat, have somewhere to sit if we need to relax, not get poured on in the rain if it's raining like it did last year, and just have a good time. And that's what it's going to be. Yeah, there's a bonus. It's going to be at the Louisville Mega Caverns, and they've got all kinds of stuff in there. One of the things is a ropes course. So the room that will hold all of us is actually the ropes course room. So we're renting that whole room out. We're getting it catered, cash bar for anyone that wants drinks. Manufacturers are showing up. It's being powered by Echo, so they're the #1 sponsor. But then we also have additional sponsors: Skag, Toro, Ventrac. So I really wanted to keep those guys involved. And they're all going to be there. They're going to have representatives there. They're going to be possibly giving some stuff away. I know Skag's got 100 limited edition hats made up. Everyone that comes to see them, the first 100 people that come stop by their table, you know, gets a hat just like last year. But these are limited edition hats made specifically for this event. It'll say GIE Rally 2017 on the side or wherever they put it. I haven't actually seen the final prototype, but they said that they're done and they're ready to go. So that's exciting. And I'm sure some of the other brands will have their own things as well, but they'll definitely at least be there so that you can have conversations with them and network with them And a lot of them have other new things going on with social media, influencer marketing and things like that. So if that's something that you're interested in, want to get involved in, this is definitely the time to connect with them so you can have a name and a face to the name instead of just through emails and things like that. So overall, it's just going to be a really awesome experience for everyone. And I'm really excited. I hope everyone that wants to go can go. I hope we don't miss anyone. I want to put this message out as early as possible, as much as possible, without it being like overkill. But I just don't want someone on Friday, the day after, to be like, there was a rally? What? There was a get together? What happened? I'll feel really bad that we failed that person in communicating this awesome opportunity. So again, I've said it before, check out the link in the description for the road to the GIE+Expo. All the information will be there. The event information for the GIE rally will be there at the top. There's a link to click on. All the info, every time things are updated, I update it there. We're going to have tons of giveaways, free giveaways. All the info is going to be on there. I know Permagreen is going to be giving away one of their sprayers that goes on Let's Go spreader. IsoTunes is going to be giving away a pair of their IsoTunes Pro earbuds. That's awesome. I've been using them. Very impressed so far. Many more freebies to come that I will mention. Again, I will keep updating the event and posting it whenever and wherever I can as it comes. More things that I'm working on just to give back to you guys. A lot of it's going to involve influencers giving back to you. Some of the additional services that they're offering, like Keith and Brian Ring from Ring Lawn Care. So that's exciting. Look forward to that. But again, follow the Facebook group. Check that link for the event regularly to follow along with all of the updated information. You won't miss any of the posts whenever I post stuff on the Facebook group. I put stuff on Instagram too, and I try and share stuff back and forth, but ultimately the final destination for all the critical information is on that Facebook group. So make sure you check that out, Road to the GIE, or just click on the link in the description. Again, none of this would have happened the way that it happened if it wasn't for Greg Chisholm, Geek to Freak. So I thank you, man. I miss you, man. It'll be awesome to see you again one day. Check you guys later.